Resurrection of people and eternal life from now on our reality. Grigory Grabovoi. Eight methods. Division of consciousness into external and internal areas and the realization of resurrection at the border between them. This method is as allows. You use the principle that allows you to display your consciousness in a certain way. Namely, you imagine your consciousness is divided into two parts, internal and external. You consider the environment as the internal part of your consciousness. This is what you see, which your eyes or perceive, touch, the sensation of your psychical organs. In general, everything that happens in psychical reality, for example, shoppings in shops, visiting cafes, various connection between psychical objects, all this in the internal part of your consciousness, and all objects and processes outside psychical reality, such as say touch, you should consider all this as the internal part of your consciousness. I will say right away that such a division of consciousness into external and internal structures is conditional. You could easily swap them. This is not fundamental. This is important is this division, and now that you have this division, you find connection between the internal and external parts of consciousness, and this finding of a connection between the internal and external parts of consciousness allow you to resurrect people on the border between them. In essence, this method is based on the following principle. What you consider these external parts of consciousness, that is what from your point of view is outside the phenomena of psychical reality, then you find yourself in the fundamental structure of the world. The fundamental structure of the world is based of collective consciousness, on the consciousness of everyone, of the consciousness of the creator, themselves outside of psychical reality is the area where you can create. When I, for example, materialize the same objects, then I often even create matter simultaneously in different places of the border area, and at the same time bring everything together into on a circuit or into on place. As a result, it turns out that the materialization of the objects or the restoration of an organ or the resurrection of a person occurs. You can act in the same why. So, in this method, you need to divide the structure of your consciousness into external and eternal parts. And when do you this and establish a connection between them, you will discover that in the border area you have the resurrection a person themselves outside of psychical reality is an area where you can create. This video very well divides your consciousness into two parts. That is, the external can be what we see, and the internal, what thoughts arise when observing that the events around us. All this can be interchanged and used place. The most important thing in the method is to find the interface where the materialization process occurs. First, as an example, the general urination of humanity, including in self. Second, protection from global catastrophes. Third, absolute healed norm. The video was created and voiced by Sigute.